This is Eve Christoph, your Love Life Coach. Welcome home to Eden. So I was so encouraged today because at the Climate Change March, I ran into a friend who asked me how I was doing over the winter, and I was embarrassed to say that I had reinvented myself about 10 times. I spent about 3 months on each thing. Then I'm a coach, and now I'm going to be a singer, and on. I'm going to be it keeps going. I keep changing, and I was like embarrassed. And he said to me, "Look, Eve, the thing to keep in mind is that the most the most productive plants that we all rely upon have shallow roots." Their roots spread out. They go really wide and far over a lot of distance, but they're not deep, such as lettuce, for example. It was really reassuring. So this is the thing to think about yourself too, okay? Yeah, he's a gardener, so he knows all about it. And there's a wonderful story my mother always told about Fatima, this woman who is captured by pirates and taken to an island where they're all hemp weavers, and she learns to weave rope because she's on the island with the hemp weavers. And then she's married off to the king of the island, and he's a brute, and then suddenly she's in this whole other district, and she's learning how to carve totem poles, because that's what the king wants her to do for him. And everywhere she goes, it's some new crazy thing, until one day she's taken back by more pirates to the original land where she was captured from, and nobody knows it's her, that she's the stolen princess. And she thinks, oh, this is a good opportunity to go incognito for a while. So it turns out that her father, the king of that land, says he will allow anybody to become leader of his kingdom, since he has no one to pass it to, and his daughter's been stolen, he thinks. He will pass on his kingdom to anybody who can build a palace in a day. So Fatima dresses as a man, and she goes to the king, who doesn't recognize her, and says, "I will build you a palace in a day." And sure enough, she uses all these skills from every little disaster that happened to her. She learned weaving in one place, and so she gets all of these people in the kingdom to start weaving fabric. And she knows how to do totem poles, so she gets all these people to carve these giant poles and masts. She knows how to weave rope, and so she gets that going. And she knows decorative painting. Every single disaster in her life comes into play. And sure enough, she raises a gigantic palatial tent with many turrets and many rooms. And it is in a day that this palace is erected in the desert that is absolutely spectacular. And the king comes to Fatima thinking she's a man and says, "You now will inherit my kingdom." And she says to him, "Hey, Daddy, it's me." And he's like, "Oh no, you're my daughter. I'm so glad to see you, but you can't inherit this. You're a woman." She says, "Too late. I just won the contest. It's mine now." And so Fatima becomes queen of the land. And that's because she has so many skills from so many crazy things that she's done over her life. From every disaster, she learned a new thing.